Each business day, the world's largest workforce hits the streets. By bus, bicycle, car, and train. On foot, in droves, they converge on factory, store, and office. Millions of people from all walks of life will spend most of their adult lives working towards their own retirement dream.
When I retire, I've always dreamed about climbing the great mountains in the world. And if I can, that's what I'm going to do.
You know, it used to be that a person, maybe like me, would come out of school and go to work for a company and work there really hard for 30 years and retire with a big party and a fat pension and a gold watch. But I don't think that's going to happen too much anymore. And a person's really going to have to take a lot more control along the way and figure out, what am I going to do to help this whole situation along?
You know, if someone asked me 10 years ago if I was prepared for retirement, I mean, that dream, I would have laughed in their faces. I mean, that's stuff that old people are supposed to be concerned about, you know, those in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Not at age 40.
As a businessman, I've got to plan my own retirement. I've got to figure out what I've got to do and make that dream come true. And I've got to do it now.
Most of us have a dream of retirement. A carefree time when we leave the worries of the workaday world behind. Days filled with the fun and leisure we worked so hard to deserve. And yet, the sad fact is that even today, in the world's most prosperous nation, 5 in every 9 Americans will retire at incomes at or below the poverty level. Another 3 in 9 will retire at incomes barely sufficient to meet their daily needs. Only 1 in every 9 working Americans are expected to enjoy a comfortable retirement. For most Americans, 8 out of every 9 retiring today, an active, carefree retirement remains an elusive dream. How is it that so many people can work so hard and still fail to achieve their dream of a comfortable, secure retirement? For an answer to that important question, let's look back on Oscar Wagener, a typical American worker. Like the average working couple, during their careers, Oscar and his wife will earn over $1.2 million. In fact, over half of all families will earn even more. Yes, for all our hard work, most Americans can truly claim to be millionaires. And yet, on average, we will all pay 30% or more of our income in taxes. Over $400,000 during the course of our working lives. Of course, like most Americans, Oscar wants the best for his children, including college educations. At current national averages, Oscar can expect to pay between $50,000 to $100,000 or more in tuition or related expenses by the time both of his children graduate with a 4-year degree. Of course, most Americans find it difficult to pay for college educations for their children out of their regular incomes. So like Oscar, they may consider borrowing the money. In fact, with the rising costs of living, more and more people today are turning to credit to help pay for major expenses like education. Half of all Americans will spend as much as 20% of their annual household income on interest charges alone. Some will spend even more. The startling fact is, for most American families, taxes and interest charges combine to deprive them of half or more of all the money they make each year. So where is the money to come from to put away for retirement? how about Social Security? More and more government officials are expressing concern that America's Social Security system is near bankruptcy and will be unavailable to meet the retirement needs of today's working generation. Social Security and corporate or government pensions alone are not enough to fund the average American's dream of retirement. It's a puzzling situation that has left many Americans wondering, where will I find the money to retire? But some have found an answer to the puzzle. Let's take a closer look. We can see that when considered in total, taxes and interest expenses combine for as much as half or more of the average American's total household income, leaving very little extra income to put aside for retirement. What if there was a way to reduce these expenses? A retirement investment that helped to reduce taxes and could fund major expenses like education without interest charges. Could even a small change in these areas be enough to help fund a more secure and comfortable retirement? Many Americans have found this to be the case. They've found the answer to their retirement puzzle in a program called the Private Pension Retirement Plan. A private pension helps to reduce income taxes because it provides tax-free accumulation on your retirement plan and tax-free income when you retire. Plus, a private pension helps reduce interest expense by giving you access to your retirement savings for major purchases like education with little or no interest charges. Unlike most retirement investments, a private pension does not expose you to taxes or penalties on early withdrawals. And because it is funded through permanent life insurance, a private pension gives an added level of security not possible through many other retirement investments, providing financial benefits that, through proper estate planning, may even be extended to your heirs. Will your current retirement plan meet your needs? Could other, more common retirement investments give you a better return on your retirement savings? Or do the tax advantages and flexibility of a private pension provide a better solution to your unique needs? Clear answers to these important questions are only a phone call away. Should you make the call? Oh, there is one other retirement cost we haven't discussed. The cost of delay. It's a sad fact, but true, that Father Time waits for no one. Delaying a retirement decision, even for only a year, can sometimes result in thousands of dollars in lost retirement income. Can you afford to wait?
Oscar, wake up. Oh. Oscar, wake up. You're dreaming. Oh. Come on, we're going to be late for our tennis lesson. Oh. Boy, that must have been some nightmare you were having. What was it about?
Well, nothing really. Why don't you go on? I'll catch up with you.
Sure thing. See you at the courts.
At the court, yes.
For Oscar, it was just a dream. Now, who will control your retirement?
You know, in the story that we just saw, Oscar Wagener, he got a second chance to improve his retirement program. Most of us aren't that lucky. So why take chances? If you're between the age of 25 and 55, the time to start planning your retirement is now. And if you're concerned that taxes and interest expenses may rob you of a comfortable retirement, then look into your investment alternatives. Start turning your retirement dream into a reality. Talk to the financial professional who gave you this tape today.